What is up, Clashers? I'm Huglaik, and today I'm presenting you a fresh power ranking of the 24 clans in CWL Apex League after the wars that went down in Week 4. And I also present to you my predictions for all the 12 wars to come in Week 5. First, I have a little announcement to make. I have been taken into the CWL YouTube team that are producing content for the official Champions War League YouTube channel. So from now on, I will be posting content on the CWL channel in addition to the content on my own channel. I will, however, mostly be covering Rising League for the CWL channel, while I will continue to cover Apex League on this channel. So, I'm really looking forward to that. But now, let's get into today's video. And before I start, I have to say that both the power rankings and the predictions are my own opinion on the clans and on the wars. I base my opinion in a variety of different factors, mostly statistic, average hit rates, defensive rates, and previous performances so far in the season. But you might have other opinions, and if you do, please share them in the comment section. I also have to say that I am currently in Trollstien, but I will try to keep my opinion on them as objective as I possibly can. Since I did a quite big in-depth power ranking after week 3, this power ranking will be a bit shorter. You can check out my in-depth power ranking in the description below. I will be making a bigger power ranking in the next bye week, and that will be after week 6. At the end of this video, we will also take a look at the current standings in CWL Apex League and predictions for the wars to come this weekend. But now, let's get this party started. I will rank the clans from bottom to top, and starting off on number 24, I got Xenobiotics. Xenobiotics were last also after week 3, and after a 3-star loss against Dream Stealers in week 4, there is no climbing on the rankings this week. Xenobiotics really have to get their Town Hall 10 play to work if they're going to have a chance on playoffs. Number 23 has not changed from last week either, and that is Myanmar Clasher. Myanmar Clasher has also lost all of their first 4 wars this season, and this week they lost against Reddit Elefino with 81 to 82 stars. At the moment, it seems to be a very long road to playoffs for Myanmar Clasher, but they still have 7 wars to do it on. Moving on to 22, we have Crow Legion. I did actually predict Crow Legion to win this week, but instead they took a loss against CWC Brawlers. Crow Legion only has 3 wars this season, but they've lost all of them. 2 of the losses, however, was against top clans in the league, so I'm still thinking that we might see some improvements from Crow Legion in the coming wars. At 21, we still have Chaos Hammer. They took a 3-star loss against all rivals in week 4 and still have no wins this season. They showed some promise in the first weeks, but they need to show progress quickly if they're going to have a shot at playoffs. Number 20 is Mplumph Clan. After losing their war against Russian Empire, Mplumph Clan drops 1 spot on the rankings from last week and are now struggling with only 1 win so far this season. They are in a tough Archer division, but still needs to pull off some victories the coming weeks to stay in the race for playoffs. Also dropping 1 spot from last week, we have Black Apple at number 19. Black Apple lost against Born as Ghost this week, and what really should concern Black Apple is that they've only managed to pull off 1 10v10 triple in each of their 2 last wars. They have to improve on this to climb the rankings. Coming down from 17 last week to 18 this week is TD Perseverance. In my prediction video, I predicted a very close war between TD Perseverance and Pinoy Violator MP, and it became close. Pinoy Violator pulling off a victory on percentages, leaving TD Perseverance with only 1 win from week 3 thus far in the season. War Masters also dropping one spot this week and ends up at number 16. Although a loss against Gabales was predicted, War Masters still struggles with their Town Hall 11 defenses, and this war 2 of their Town Hall 11s was tripled. Their attack rates are not terrible, but to win wars you also have to be able to defend. We got 2 big droppers this week, and the first is Dark Looters Y, dropping 6 spots from last week's number 10 to this week's number 16. Dark Looters Y took a 4-star loss against Asylum Sphere, but they actually managed to pull off 5 10v10 triples, so we might see them back up on the rankings in the following weeks. Dream Stealers are staying at number 15 from last week, even though they did win this week's war. But it was very predicted that Dream Stealers would win against Xenobiotics, and they have to show good performances against better clans to move up to the rankings. After winning against Crow Legion, CWC Brawlers also stay put in their number 14 rank from last week. They did pull off a 3-star victory, but their overall performance in the war was not impressive, and they have to show improvements on their Town Hall 10s to keep winning wars. This week's biggest climber is War Bears, moving up 7 spots from last week's rank 20 to this week's number 13. The reason for this is their very impressive and unexpected win against undefeated the Shawnees. At least undefeated until they met War Bears. But War Bears still has only 1 win to show for, and they have to win more wars if they're going to reach the playoffs. North Awakens is our other big dropper this week, down 6 spots from number 6 to number 12. North Awakens' loss against Göteborgs Kriga this week is not the only reason for this drop, and it's more that other clans have performed well this week and move up the ranks rather than North Awakens performing poorly. So I do think we will see North Awakens higher on the rankings in the coming weeks. At number 11, we have Crunch Time, dropping 3 spots from last week after 2 strong wins in the 2 first wars. Crunch Time now has 2 losses in a row after losing this week's war against Trollstien. Crunch Time is, however, a very good clan, and they probably haven't lost sight of the playoffs just yet. At number 10, Göteborgs Kriga is climbing up 3 spots after winning against North Awakens this week. Göteborgs Kriga, with 2 wins and 2 losses so far in the season, looks to be very strong and determined to reach those playoffs. And if they keep up their performances from this week, I'm sure they will. Also climbing 3 spots from last week, we have Asylum Sphere at number 9. After losing against the Shawnees in week 3, Asylum Sphere hit back with a 4-star win against Dark Looters Y this week. Asylum Sphere has a 3-1 record so far this season, and they have quite good overall stats on their hit rates. Russian Empire also doing a big jump this week, moving up 3 spots to number 8 after winning against Mplumf clan. Winning their last 2 wars, they now move up to a 3-1 record and are really showing improvements in every war. They fight against Trollstien to get that division lead in Archer Division. The Shawnees dropping 3 spots this week and ends up at number 7 after a very unexpected loss against War Bears. The Shawnees' overall hit rates are not bad at all, so it will be interesting to see if they can climb back up the rankings next week. After a percentage win against TD Perseverance this week, Pinoy Violator MP climbs 3 spots on the rankings to number 6. 3 wins and 1 loss so far in the season probably gives Pinoy Violator MP a fair shot at playoffs, but they still have to perform in the last 7 wars to make it happen. Trollstien climbing 2 spots up to number 5 this week after winning CWL War of the Week against Crunch Time with 1 star. With a 3-1 record, Trollstien currently holds the division lead in Archer Division, and it will be interesting to see if they can hold on to it in the coming weeks. Also with a 3-1 record, Born as Ghost climbing 1 spot to number 4 this week. They pulled off a 1-star victory against Black Apple and has now won all of the 3 last wars. A loss against old rivals in week 1 still keeps them away from reaching all the way to the top in the rankings. First undefeated clan this far in the season and still ranked as number 3 is Reddit Elefino. Reddit Elefino only picking up a 1-star win against Myanmar Clasher this week, but convincingly 4 10v10 triples in 12 attempts. But can Reddit Elefino stay undefeated much longer? Time will show. Still at number 2, we have Old Rivals. Strong performance with a 87 to 84 star win against Chaos Hammer this week really cements Old Rivals' position in the top of the ranking. Overall, very strong performances and hit rates makes it very difficult to see how Old Rivals not going to reach the playoffs. And at number 1, and in my opinion still the strongest clan in CWL Apex, we have undefeated Gabales. After a 3-star win against War Masters in week 3 with 2 Town Hall 11 triples in 2 attempts, there is still no clan in sight that can be able to dethrone Gabales as the strongest clan in CWL Apex Season 4. Now, let's take a look at the current division standings. In Barbarian Division, still undefeated Old Rivals and Reddit Elefino are fighting it off for the division lead. But the Shawnees with a 3-1 record has definitely not given up yet. In Archer Division, Trollstian has taken the division lead but has the same 3-1 record as Russian Empire. Göteborgskriga, Crunch Time and North Awakens is not far behind and it's still anyone's game. In Giant Division, Gabales has a confident grip on the top position, but they should watch out though. Born as Ghost is still breathing in Gabales' neck for division lead. In Goblin Division, Pinoy Violator MP and Asylum Sphere shares that top position with 3 wins and 1 loss each. I do however suspect that both Dark Looters Y and CWC Brawlers will have their saying before season ends. Based on the results of the 4 first weeks, this would be the 12 playoff clans. Gabales, Reddit Elefino, Trollstian and Pinoy Violator MP would go straight to the quarterfinals in the playoffs as division winners. And the following 8 wildcard clans would have to fight it off for the 4 last quarterfinal spots. And that is Old Rivals, Russian Empire, Born as Ghost, the Shawnees, Asylum Sphere, Göteborgskriga, Dream Stealers, and Dark Looters Y. To finish off, let's take a quick look at the wars coming up in week 5. The first war is undefeated Old Rivals taking on Archer Division leader Trollstian. Sadly, I must say that the stats are in Old Rivals' favor, and although I obviously hope that Trollstian will pull off the victory, I do think Old Rivals will be too strong this week. Next up, we have the Shawnees versus Göteborgskriga, and although Göteborgskriga has showed good performances, I do think that the Shawnees will hit back after last week's loss against Warbears and pick up a very close victory. Undefeated Reddit Elefino are facing North Awakens this week, and given their current standings, I must say that Reddit Elefino probably will pull this off and take the win. In the war between Myanmar Clasher and Crunch Time, I do think that Crunch Time will redeem themselves from last week's loss against Trollstian and take the victory. After last week's impressive win against the Shawnees, I do think that a Warbears full of confidence will pull off the victory against Mplumf clan. Chaos Hammer with 4 losses so far this season is facing Russian Empire with a 3-1 record. It would be a very unexpected turn if Chaos Hammer should win this war, so I think Russian Empire will take the win. Xenobiotics versus Crow Legion will probably be a close war between 2 clans that are currently struggling. I was wrong about Crow Legion winning last week, but I'll try again this week and predict a close victory to Crow Legion over Xenobiotics. Another close war between Dream Stealers and Asylum Sphere, I think, but given their current power rankings I just gave them, I must say Asylum Sphere for the winner in this one. Both Black Apple and TD Perseverance only has 1 win so far in the season, and when these 2 clans meet up, I'm not quite sure who is coming out on top. This will be a close one, but I think TD will pick up the win. War Masters is facing Dark Looters Y, and these two clans are also very even. Dark Looters Y has one more win than War Masters though, so I will have to say Dark Looters Y for this one. But again, this can turn both ways. Born as Ghost will probably pick up the victory against CWC Brawlers. Born as Ghost is currently one of the strongest clans in the league, and they are not easily broken. And in the last war between Gabalas and Pinoy Violator MP, I obviously have to say Gabalas, just because at this point, Gabalas is the strongest clan in CWL Apex League. And that was my predictions for all the 12 wars going down in the 5th week of CWL Apex. I will post a similar video to this next week with both power rankings after week 5 and predictions for week 6. I'll upload that on Thursday next week in addition to a strategy video on Tuesday. Do make sure you subscribe to the channel and put the notifications on so you don't miss anything from CWL Apex for the rest of Season 4. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, and if you have your own opinion on the clans or on the wars in CWL Apex, I hope you will share your opinion in the comment section below. But that was it for today. Thanks for watching. Peace out and clash on.